Hello, welcome to Curiosity, Creativity and Beyond. We're at Maplewood Farm and we're gonna sketch a very interesting duck that I just saw. We have a very interesting looking duck that I want to totally sketch. He has a very interesting face and I'm gonna try to draw it. He has a very long beak that ends in a dark spot. But what's most amazing about this duck is that he has a very interesting red structure around the beak and a very interesting hair that comes right from the top. So it almost looks like he has a superhero mask that is red, and from the top of the mask a fabulous hair. And I can see where the eye is, right there, and the two nostrils. And this is just with a non-photo blue pencil. Look at the fabulous hair. If he gets nervous, he makes that noise. So even though he's over there, I remember that his neck was like this, and now he's coming back. So I am with my graphite pencil. So with my graphite pencil, I'm gonna add a little bit of detail. I need to sharpen it, you know. So with my graphite pencil, I'm gonna add the detail of these, I call it hair, but they're just feathers that come right from the top of these very interesting red mask like structure. And his eye, now that he's turned, is very interesting too. This is a yellow eye with dark pupil. And because this structure is soft tissue, I'm gonna sketch it with wobbly lines, just like that. And he's now a little bit calmer, but earlier he was making sounds that were very similar to the sounds that a dog makes, which is very interesting. Then I have the beak. As he comes, I'll add more detail into the bill. But one thing I notice is that there's a dark spot at the very tip, and then from there the beak continues to meet the face. Oh, there he comes. Thank you. There he is, going into the water, and with the top hair of feathers down, not like before, but I saw it, and that's why I wanted to sketch it. I saw it. And his big nostril, so he can breathe. And also he has very interesting colors in his beak. So I'm going to try to add a little bit of color. Because I have noticed it's a little bit... Oh, and this is Mrs. Mrs. also has a red mask, she's much smaller. And now that she's closer to me, I can look at her beak and add all the details. Although her beak might be I think the only difference I see so far in the beaks is that his has more dark spots and hers is much more, the color is much more uniform. His has darker spots on the beak. And even though he's in the distance, he also has darker spots on the neck. Not all over, but enough that I want to include it on my sketchbook. And then the most, I guess, eye-catching thing is this incredible red mask looking structure that makes him look like a superhero. And as he's coming, I can see that inside the mask there's more structures that overlap each other. So I want to make sure that I add that, especially the areas that are on the shade. And I remember that the eye was very yellow, so I can mix two colors to make it look like I am seeing. And also I have noticed there's a little bit of color, just a little bit, on the very tip of the feathers of his head. And I shall not forget the black detail. And as he comes towards me, I can also see that there's, do you see the hair? How he's lifting the hair? So I'm going to include that on my sketch. He's coming now and I can see his hair is up. I guess he's curious, but I don't know for sure. I wonder. And now that I drew Mr., I really want to compare with Mrs. because she's right in front of me and I can see that her face, even though the head has the same shape and the bill has the same shape as well, she has a very interestingly different mask because hers has a shape here that is a little bit more round, and her mask, the color of the mask is a warmer yellow. So I want to make sure, if I can, that I include these on my sketch. If she comes back, I will see what color her eye is, but in the meantime I'll continue with my sketch. Also, I have noticed that the body is different. One is a little bit smaller for sure. However, the male one has more turquoise colors and the female is just regular brown. So she's farther in the distance, but I can still see bill. So I came around the pond because I still want to add some more detail. Hello. So I came around the pond because I wanted to add more detail. And now we can see all the hair. And I didn't notice that the hair also lifts in the back. So I am totally including that on my sketch. That is something I hadn't noticed. So I'm just gonna add an arrow that the hair goes up. And now that I'm super up close, I can see that it has a little bit of yellow as well. And, ooh, interesting, his beak has a little bit of orange. And a very interesting rim of red all around the beak. And I could have never seen that had I stayed so far away. And I can see there's two females. One is gray and the other one is brown. I thought all females were brown, and now I can see that they're not. So I am glad I came this close. So as they come out and they continue walking, I can add more detail to my drawing. They're a little bit far away, but I still can see the nostril, and I can still see this red structure, and it's much warmer. And to make a warm red, I can start first with red, and then add a little bit of a warmer yellow on top. So while I wait for the ducks, also I found very, very beautiful chickens around Maplewood Farm. So I just want to take advantage of the fact that they're right in front of me and try to sketch a chicken. And they have very small heads, a wider neck, very flat top of the body, very interesting shape. And then look at those thighs. They have very interesting body shapes. And then they have this beak that is short and pointy. And look at this guy. He has a red soft structure growing from the top of his beak to the very, very back of his head, and then two round red structures, one on each side of the beak. And every time he turns his head, they move, dangle, dangle, dangle. And I think that's a rooster. And it has much, much more body. And those are female. So I just want to make sure very curious about their legs because they look very interesting. Very interesting. They have 3 toes pointing to the front. Some of them look like they're wearing trousers because they have feathers almost up to the ankle. I'm going to switch to my color pencil and I'm going to try my best to draw what's in front of me. The one I drew before is gone, but I still remember there's another one there that he had these very interesting structure on the top of his head, and then it has a red patch around the eye. And these very interesting round structures on both sides of the bill. And it even has another red structure here. And it has like yellow ochre eyes. His feathered tails are black, and I might use, and although his wings are closed, I can see them over there, and then there's a lot of fluff here, like those feathers are fluffier than these at the front. These ones at the front seem very organized. But clearly chickens got scared of the donkey. They moved all the way there and now they're coming back, which is giving me another opportunity to draw their beautiful legs. So you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. Chicken go in there. And now I can see that it's the same structures here but different colors. So these chickens here, they look like Dalmatians with a lot of dark spots. You can see that this one also has a very red crest. Actually, I'm going to use another red because it's so red. Yeah, that's much better. You can try, see if you have other types of red that better match what you're seeing. I am mixing 2 different reds. now he's right here, and I can see these beautiful colors and the beautiful ochre eyes here. And they have a toe in the back. Oh, and they have a nail on the front of each finger, which I can see now because they're very close. And they have a tiny, tiny, tiny web between them. And these ones have, the colors of their legs are a little bit different. So the color of the legs changes from chicken to chicken. This one has one leg ochre and the other one a little bit lighter. And she even has some feathers. Some have feathers on the front. Some have feathers on the front of the legs. Right here. And our model chicken is back, and now I can see that the top of the beak is a little bit darker. So I'm gonna put that on my sketch. So I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with my title since I drew chickens and ducks. Chickens and now that I have them in front of me, I can make a silhouette of the same chicken I just drew. At least I'm gonna make a couple. And I'm gonna color what I see. So some are more ochre and lighter at the bottom with darker brown feathers and darker beaks and a little bit of pink and red here. And that one that I see now, that one that I see there has almost like a Dalmatian, a lot of spots, a lot of spots, a lot of spots, but a little bit of red around the eye. And now I can also see my friends, the other ducks. So look who showed up for the party. Perfect timing, because I'm coloring and giving the last touches to my chicken and ducks page. So these have showed up. So now, oh, I can see that her beak is pink, much pinker than the male. And let's see. Yes, it does also have this dark patch. I wasn't quite sure. And she also has beautiful, beautiful ochre yellow eye. I'm so glad she came back, because now I can see that also there's some yellow there. And just to add a little bit of shadow, she also has a little bit of dark here and there. I'm very glad she came back. Because now I can totally compare the two of them. And what other chickens I see. Let's see what other chickens I see. And then I see another that is totally white. And I can even see another one that has a tiny red there. That is a little bit, has a little bit of green there, but it's mostly black. It's mostly black, and then a tiny red thing on the top of her head. So this is like a very quick sketch of all the types of chickens that I'm seeing. So this is the female duck, and this is the male duck. These are the feathers that go up, although I said it was hair, but yes, ducks have no hair, they have feathers. And now that she's closer, I can totally see her eye a little bit better. And he likes to shake. He shakes his tail. Just gonna add a note, different colors I see in different chickens. So I don't have to draw every single one, but I can look at the colors that I see, and I can make a very schematic drawing of them and add the colors that I see. They're so different and so beautiful.